and welcome to my new crochet series called Crochet 101 from supplies to stitches. And in this series I really wanted to teach you guys supplies that you'll need and specific stitches. So each video is going to be one stitch explained in detail and different techniques on how to do it, because I wanted to give you guys all my intention on one specific video and then moving on to next videos, if you guys can understand that. So if you guys are wondering what kind of yarn should I get, what size hook should I get, oh my gosh, should I get this or that, well, this video is specifically for you guys. I'll be teaching you specific yarn size you should use and what kind of projects you can use with them. Alright, so here's the chart for reference, so you guys can find out which location you're from, like the US terms and the UK terms and the Australian terms and the wraps per inch. So the 0 is like very extremely thin yarn. So all the way from 0 to 7, that's when it's like in the middle. So like 0 is the thin, extremely thin yarn. The 1 is like super fine yarn. And the number 2 is fine yarn. Number 3 is light yarn. I have a number 3 I can show you guys. Give me one second. So this is for reference. This is the thinness of the fine yarn. The thinness. And for number 3 is the light, like I mentioned. The number 4 is medium. Man, I should have compared. This is the 4 medium yarn, as you can see. So the difference is this is kind of like thin. I can see this being a little bit more thicker, but it says in the packaging it's 2. So you can see that's a little thin and this is a little bit more thicker. And then number 5 is bulky yarn. 6 is super bulky, like this. Oh, 6 is bulky yarn, as you can see. And 7 is super bulky yarn, like super thick yarn. So from 0 to 7 bulky yarn. So when it's called the yarn weight, it's not by the actual weight of it, it's by the thickness of the yarn. So what I highly recommend is getting the medium 4 yarn. So let me just show you again. I highly recommend you get this, the medium 4 worst weight yarn. I guess that's what people call it. But again, the reference will be up here. So for 4, that'll be medium worst weight in US terminology, and it will be worsted Aran in United Kingdom terminology. Australia will be 10 ply, and wraps per inch will be 9 to 11. So yeah, I just recommend that size. And what should I get? Should I get Chanel yarn? Should I get thick yarn? Should I get acrylic yarn? Well, I highly recommend these brands that I'm putting up here. And again, like I mentioned, I highly recommend that you get the 100% acrylic yarn from Mainstays in Walmart that you can find, or Red Heart Super Brand, Big Twist yarn, and loops and threads in the in Michaels. But you can use any acrylic yarn you see. Just make sure it's like medium 4. Like if you guys could see this, it's 6, but make sure it says a 4. So I highly recommend the 4, in my opinion. So that is the type of yarn you should get. Now, what kind of hook should I get? Well, I should let you know about the thicker your hook gets, like the bigger it gets, the more looser your project is. So for me, medium 4 recommends a 5, but I personally recommend the 4 because I like more tighter stitches. But that's just my opinion. You guys can use the recommended hook size, because on here it should mention the hook size that you should use. It should recommend that. And it would also recommend, oh well, yeah. So the projects you can use for thick yarns, oh gosh, for the thick yarns you can use a blanket, a beanie, those can be good. The thin ones you can use small projects like magnetic hearts and all that. And the medium sized yarn, you guys can pretty much use it for anything, but like I said, those, no matter the project, you can decide what type of yarn you should get, but I should let you know the thicker the yarn, the more bigger it will be. So if I made like a coaster out of this, like the peppermint coaster I put up here that I made, it's gonna get bigger than the original size because it's so thick. So that's why I highly recommend, again, I put up here the circle one that you can see right there, the 4. Yeah, that's what I recommend the best. And I almost forgot to mention the colors that you can use for yarn. I highly recommend light colors like pink, yellow, blue. But I recommend not getting dark colors like dark blue, dark black, dark gray, and all that. So the colors I would not recommend is white, black, gray, brown, and other neutral colors. Beige is the only exception. Beige, I'm not too specific on colors, but beige is the only exception. So I highly recommend the rest of the colors I just mentioned, you do not grab them because it will be hard to see your stitches and all that. So one color I do recommend the most, and some people will just have opinions about that, is pink. Pink, you can definitely see your stitches. Or yellow or blue, but me personally, pink would be good. But if you're a boy watching this, you can get like blue, a light blue. So light blue or pink is just blue or pink, just one of those are good. So yeah, I highly recommend that. And now we're gonna move on to materials you should get, like other materials you should get. And if you guys are wondering what kind of hooks you should get, if you should get like this type of hook, like plastic, or I don't know what these are called. I forgot. Agramonic? I'm not sure how you pronounce these with the grips, but I highly recommend the grips because it's good for you to like get the metal part and to get the grip. So I highly recommend this type of hook that you can use. So another one that people will get confused if they should get clear ones, I highly recommend not to get clear ones. The ergonomic hooks will always be your best choice. Now here's the extra materials you will definitely need. So you will definitely need these. Let me just grab them out. You will definitely need stitch markers. As you can see, you will definitely need some. And I highly recommend getting a whole packet because you will always lose stitch markers in your project, depending. But me, I always lose my stitch markers. So yeah, I always have to like buy more. So that's why I always recommend getting a whole packet of stitch markers. And now to move on to the next one, if you're gonna make blankets or amigurumis, which I'm gonna mention in just a second what those are. So you're gonna need a row counter. I'm old school. I like to just use individual row counters. So to just know and all that. Sometimes people would use crochet hooks that has a row counter, but I just prefer using these. So you will definitely need that if you're making a blanket or amigurumis, like I'm going to mention in just a second. You will definitely need, and this is non-negotiable, you will definitely need darning needles. Let me just, oh gosh, sorry guys. You will definitely need this darning needles. So yeah, if you guys are wondering which one you should get, if you should get this or a metal one, I recommend the metal one because metal ones, they don't, as you can see, this can bend easily and it can break easily, so that's why I recommend metal ones. It might be more expensive or something, but it's definitely worth it. Now this one is also non-negotiable. This one's actually much more important than the needles. Scissors, because of course you need to finish a project somehow. So you'll definitely need scissors. And this is completely optional, but optional, but if you're a beginner, I highly recommend getting a ring to. So let me just show you guys how you would use that. Yeah, you would use it like that, and you would start your crochet project and all that. So this is like to help you with your tension, because when you start crocheting, you will have a very bad tension. But again, these are just optional. Me, when I started crocheting, I would use these, but the only downside is sometimes it will be too tight, sometimes it will be too loose. So I don't really see the point in buying it, but that's just again just my opinion. You guys can buy that. That's just optional. Now I'm gonna teach you what amigurumi is. So amigurumi is like stuffed plushies like this, very stuffed plushies. So that's what amigurumis is. Now you have two options. You can sew in a mouth and the eyes, or you can get eyes, like felt in eyes. So there's two types of eyes. There's this type of eyes, which is not like little black, like to poke it through, and you have this. So I highly recommend getting this, but my tip will be when you're like poking through the eye, you just add hot glue gun and you quickly like poke the eye through. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyways, yeah, that's why I just recommend. If you guys are wondering where to buy it, I'll leave all the links down in the description. All the yarn brands that I use, the materials, everything will be linked down in the description. And for your amigurumis, do not forget to get stuffing. Those are fiber. Them down in the description box, because if you don't use, it's kind of like pillows have stuffing, right? Because so they can have their shape. The same thing with amigurumis. If you don't give amigurumis their shape, like the stuffing, then it's just gonna deflate and just not have shape at all. So that's why I'll be leaving the link in the description. So now, where should I buy my supplies from? Well, I'll leave them down in the description box, the stores that I go to. Not specifically where I go, but the name of the stores, but I'll just say it here so you can guys save the hassle. You can go to Walmart, Target, and if you have a Joann's near you, if it's still open, then you guys can go there. You can go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby. So those are just my 5 recommendation stores. If I heard people are freaking out because of Joann's closing, but if you have a Joann's near you that is still open, I highly recommend that store. If you're not a place that has Joann's, then Hobby Lobby or Michael's will be your best friend. So yeah, you can definitely get those stores. And the most friendly budget one I would say is like Dollar Tree, but Dollar Tree, they don't have like those big, they don't have things like this. They're mostly like smaller. But if you're looking for like small projects, Dollar Store will be your friend. So yeah, those stores that I'm gonna put up here, you can definitely get yourself some. And if you cannot find any one of those, that's okay. You can just find your local craft store. So yeah, those are the materials I wanted to go through with you guys. And I just hope that these were helpful enough. So let me know if I missed anything, and maybe I can make a next video about that. But until then, thank you for watching episode 1, and in episode 2 we're going to be talking about stitches. God bless you everyone, and have a great day.